Hey everyone, I'm Blake from the Calgary Sexual Health Center, and on today's episode, we're getting tested. It's a smart move to get an STI test before you have sex with a new partner. Julianne and Alex have actually never had an STI test before, so we're sending them to the Sexual and Reproductive Health Clinic in downtown Calgary.
Here, I guess.
You want to go or me?
Green means go.
At most sexual health clinics, you don't need ID or a healthcare card, and you can usually find free testing anywhere in Canada.
So you're new clients?
Yeah.
So if you can just fill those out for me and bring them up when you're done.
Now, are they going to call my parents?
What happens at the clinic stays at the clinic, and they're not going to call your parents, tell them you've been there, or give you results.
Only one of us really needs to be tested. You know?
Alex?
Wish me luck.
See ya. Come on
Hey
in.
there. Thanks.
So the first time you come to one of our clinics, it does take an extra few minutes because we have to go through your medical history. That's pretty normal. We ask all of the people the same questions on the medical history. Some of the questions can be a little bit uncomfortable. I want you to know that you can decline to answer them. That's totally okay. But of course, the more information you give me and as honest as you can be really does help me to know what I can do for you.
All right, honesty is the best policy.
Okay. So one of the things that we do, Alex, is we do ask all clients that come to Alberta Health Services whether or not violence or abuse is a concern for you in your life.
No, not at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
The Sexual and Reproductive Health Clinics are concerned with more than just STIs. They'll also ask you about your relationships, your general health, your sexual history, and if you're getting it on with the opposite sex, what you use for birth control.
How's your general health? Any illnesses, diseases, health concerns? Do you take any medications on a regular basis, including over-the-counter or herbal supplements? Approximately how many lifetime sexual partners have you had? Do you remember how old you were when you became sexually active?
If you feel embarrassed, keep in mind they really have heard everything. And if you're super nervous, bring a friend along.
So in terms of the type of sexual activity that you have, vaginal, oral, anal, all of the above, just some of them? And are your partners men, women, or both?
It's important to be really clear with the staff. Ask questions. If you're confused or unsure about anything, speak up.
How painful is this going to be?
You know what, that's a good question. Not painful at all. There's two ways that we can do it for guys. The first is a pee test. With the pee test, there's a big but, and the but is that you have to make sure that you've not peed for the last 2 hours. That's really important because it affects how reliable the test results are. The other way to do it is we can send you into the doctor, and the doctor will do the swab test. And what that is that they put the swab, it's a very fine tip, into the tip of the penis, turn it, and come out.
I can pee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you peed in the last 2 hours?
No.
Perfect. So we
Thank
can
God.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Julie? Hi. Hi. Come on in. Thank you. So the way that you do STI testing here, for a woman you do need a vaginal exam.
Okay.
And what's called a bimanual exam. Do you know anything about pelvic exams?
I've had a pap test before.
You've had a pap test. Okay, that's great. If you've had a pap test before, you probably recognize this guy.
The speculum.
Exactly right, yeah. And so the speculums that we use here are plastic speculums. Sometimes they look a little bit scary, monsters, but the reality is...
Like a duck.
It does look like a duck. The reality is the part that actually goes into the woman is about that much. The rest is actually handle that's outside the body. So when you have STI testing, what happens is the doctor inserts the speculum into the vagina and opens it up. What that does is it spreads the walls of the vagina open so that the doctor then can see the cervix, which is here. The cervix is the entrance into the uterus, and the cervix is the testing spot for chlamydia and gonorrhea. She'll very gently put a Q-tip in, take a little sample, and that's the sample that we send off for testing.
Just so you know, testing is different from place to place. Julianne and Alex didn't get a swab of the throat or the butt, but depending on what you've been up to, you might. So there you have it. It's a pretty simple process and totally worth the effort, because nothing says I love you like not spreading your chlamydia.
So all in all, it went pretty well. The doctor was friendly and confident, which was reassuring, and the speculum wasn't really that big of a deal. It was smaller than a penis, so that was good. What about for you?
No complaints. Straightforward, 1, 2, 3 form. You know, pee in a cup, give some blood, and then I'm out of here. You know. So as far as that goes, it was nice.
Yeah.
Relaxing. People were nice to me.
Now we just have to call back in a week to figure out our results, and that's it. That's all.
When you get your results, you might find out you have an STI, and that can be hard to take. Know that there is help available, and if you need to talk, you can call Calgary Sexual Health and speak to one of our counselors. If you have questions about STIs, testing, or anything that has to do with sexual health, give us a call or visit our website.